What is your problem?
I don't have a problem. You have a problem.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most sensational on-set drama from popular TV shows.
Let me just say, I have no idea where it's going.
I don't either.
And it's kind of fun.
Yeah, right. We're on a ride
I'm so
here.
sorry. No.
Number 10. Charmed.
There was too much drama on the set and not enough passion for the work.
Even before cameras started rolling, tensions were already high behind the scenes of Charmed. Prior to signing on, Shannon Doherty had gained a reputation on the set of Beverly Hills 90210 for being difficult to work with. And to make matters worse, she and Holly Marie Combs' decade-long friendship made co-star Alyssa Milano feel like a third wheel.
It was very much sort of like high school. I would hope that in our 30s that it wouldn't be like that anymore.
The three women acted friendly with each other for the press, but the facade soon fell when Doherty publicly exited the series in its third season. In the years that followed, Doherty got the brunt of the blame for her own departure, but she has since said that it was actually due to Milano's ego and desire to be number one on the call sheet.
A livelihood that was taken away from my family because someone else wanted to be number one on the call sheet. That is the truth.
Number 9. Desperate Housewives. Dubbed 2004's Best New Drama, Desperate Housewives was an instant success, winning 7 Emmys and 2 Golden Globes for its premiere season.
All right, ladies, lift him up. To Mary Alice, a good friend and neighbor. Wherever you are, we hope you've found peace.
To Mary Alice. To Mary Alice.
The cast featured in Vanity Fair shortly afterwards, with a cover story suggesting all was not well on Wisteria Lane. The network claimed the story was overblown, and Eva Longoria even participated in a sketch poking fun at the ordeal on Saturday Night Live. But soon after, real issues began to surface.
For me, when I spoke out of being the victim of assault and battery, I was absolutely vilified. And I decided to take that legal route.
Nicolette Sheridan claimed to have been assaulted by showrunner Mark Cherry, who was also accused of creating a toxic work environment for his female writing staff. Years later, Longoria would add to the set's negative perception, describing torturous workdays in which she was bullied by an unnamed castmate.
You know, everything's such a blur.
Yeah.
I was mostly drunk on the set.
I love it.
So I don't remember a lot of stuff.
Number 8. Lost.
I would have left you behind. Shut up, man. Don't try to. I did leave you behind.
13 years after Lost ended, film critic Maureen Ryan released a book about the myriad of issues still plaguing Hollywood sets, titled Burn It Down. The book featured an interview with Lost series regular Harold Perrineau, who took the opportunity to discuss the racism present behind the scenes. He claimed that his character, along with Daniel Day Kim's, were not considered as relatable as their white counterparts, and their salaries reflected this bias.
Never gonna be able to do it by yourself.
I thought we parted ways, Mike.
We're caught in the same current.
Writer Monica Owusu Breen had similar complaints, saying that openly racist remarks were commonplace in the Lost writers' room. The environment was just as unsafe for women, with actor Henry Ian Cusick being sued for sexual harassment, and the writers' room similarly accused of making sexist comments.
It is so easy to make fun of me.
I wish I didn't have to waste my
I
time
get
making
it.
fun of you. I wish I didn't have a reason. Yeah, and it is easy, Shannon.
Well, screw you. You do not have the slightest
I have
idea
a much better
what
idea
I am
than you
thinking.
think I
No,
do.
you don't.
Number 7. 2.5 Men. When it was announced that Charlie Sheen would be entering rehab, it seemed like a step in the right direction for the volatile actor.
And did he work drunk?
Not drunk. I don't know if that was his weapon of choice at the time.
2.5 Men even accommodated him, going on hiatus until Sheen felt well enough to return. And yet, this moment would mark the beginning of the end of Sheen's relationship with the series. Following an alleged pay dispute, Sheen publicly ranted against showrunner Chuck Lorre, severing any goodwill that had remained between the two.
Well, yeah, I think that what went down was fixable, and I made it irreparable.
Sheen's character was killed off screen and given a surprisingly mean-spirited funeral.
Blah, blah, blah. Why can't we see the body?
Yeah, I didn't come
him all this way to spit on a closed coffin?
Anger management allowed Sheen the chance at a meta response, but Laurie ultimately got the last laugh, using 2.5 Men's final moments to kill Charlie once more. Number 6. Star Trek, the original series. The impact of Star Trek on modern sci-fi is undeniable, despite the on-set conflicts between William Shatner and pretty much everyone else.
You've reached the home of Leonard Nimoy. Anybody but Bill Shatner, please leave a message.
In her memoir, Nichelle Nichols claims that the actor used his influence to cut back people's lines, while James Doohan wanted to punch him. Even Leonard Nimoy, who maintained a good-natured sibling rivalry with Shatner, had a falling out with him shortly before his death. Captain's biggest critic is George Takei, whose vocal distaste for the actor has spanned decades.
He's got this charm that he thinks is going to cover up all the other things that he does to people.
Oh, so he's nice to you while he's cutting your throat.
The original series wasn't the only Star Trek show that suffered behind the scenes. Gene Roddenberry's insistence that the Starfleet crew never have internal conflicts led to massive headaches and constant turnover for the writers of The Next Generation.
I cannot imagine why you are trying to block this investigation. There have been others in the past who doubted me. They came to regret it.
Number 5. Community. In another timeline, this show would not have made this list because in that universe, Chevy Chase was not involved.
Hi, Dan. Can I eat?
Yeah. I don't want to interrupt.
Showrunner Dan Harmon initially considered actors like Fred Willard, John Cleese, and even Patrick Stewart for the role of Pierce. But Sony was adamant that Chase be cast in the role. Though he was a recognizable draw for audiences, Chase was reportedly difficult to work with, leaving set early and even refusing to perform scenes he deemed unfunny.
Was Chevy difficult to work with?
Yeah, I mean, I think I wish he was sitting here so that didn't seem scandalous to say, because I doubt he would disagree.
A tense relationship formed between the actor and Harmon, which ultimately led to Harmon's firing. Following season was infamously rocky, and Chase's use of a racial slur on set helped seal his fate.
Shirley, that's the most racist thing I've ever heard.
Pierce will beat that in 1 minute.
For the show's final 2 seasons, Harmon returned and Chase was cast out. Number 4. Grey's Anatomy.
Actually, the journey of it has been quite interesting because obviously we've had our ups and downs behind the scenes. And
when a show has run for as long as Grey's Anatomy, there's bound to have been some drama along the way. But it came as a surprise when it was revealed that McDreamy was behind some of the series' biggest behind-the-scenes issues.
A new book citing former Grey's cast and crew members claimed Dempsey was written off Grey's because, well, behind the scenes, McDreamy was a McNightmare.
Patrick Dempsey was said to be a huge pain on set, showing up late and stopping production. Isaiah Washington was also let go from the series after allegedly calling TR Knight a homophobic slur during an on-set argument with Dempsey. This forced Knight to come out shortly after, a moment which he suggested spelled the beginning of the end for his time on Grey's.
We are your neighbors, your co-workers, your family. If someone you know comes out, be willing to listen. You have the power to make a difference just by treating people with dignity and respect.
Number 3. Sex and the City. The 4 friends at the center of this show may have considered each other platonic soulmates, but in real life, the relationship between the women was far more complex. This is particularly true for Kim Cattrall and Sarah Jessica Parker, whose dynamic has been tabloid fodder for decades.
I'm not blind. I saw that look in your eye in my office.
What look?
That judgmental look.
That wasn't judgment, that was shock.
Shortly after the finale, Cattrall expressed her disappointment in the division of pay behind the scenes. Parker actually stood up for her castmate, initially denying rumors of any feud.
Was every day perfect? Were people always desperately, hopelessly in love with each other? No, but this is a family of people who needed each other, relied upon each other, and loved each other.
However, all pretenses were dropped when Cattrall lashed out at the actress for publicly sending her condolences after her brother's death in 2018. Cattrall claimed that any attempt by Parker to make it seem like they were friends was simply to aid her nice girl image.
Despite the laughs and hugs over the years, Cattrall telling Piers Morgan in October that the women on Sex and the City were never friends.
Number 2. The X-Files.
People have always been interested in David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson getting together personally, privately, intimately, as they were interested in Mulder and Scully getting together intimately, and not going to happen.
If you're one of many who consider Dana Scully and Fox Mulder to be soulmates, this is just a testament to the talent of their actors. In real life, Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny maintained a strained relationship, with Anderson saying she had multiple breakdowns throughout their series' original 9-season run.
There was a lot of camaraderie there, it seemed like. Was it always like that?
No.
No. No.
On occasion, the two actors would even refuse to talk to each other, only communicating when a script dictated it. One of the primary points of contention appeared to be a salary dispute, with Anderson making significantly less than her male co-star.
Drive.
I'm driving.
Scully, it's not what you think.
I didn't see anything anyway.
Will you let me drive?
I'm driving. Why do you always have to drive? Because you're the guy? Because you're the big macho man?
Fortunately, this injustice was resolved for the 2016 revival season, and Anderson and Duchovny seem to have reconciled any other issues between them as well.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Glee.
Rachel Berry is the most horrible human being on the planet. What? Can it troll?
As most fans of this show probably know, actress Lea Michele is at the center of many stories of on-set turmoil. Naya Rivera was frequently vocal about the actress's behavior, even detailing specific instances of Michelle's poor professionalism in her memoir, Sorry Not Sorry.
However, all this caused one particular Glee star to amp up her bitch factor. She made a huge deal about the dogs and demanded hand sanitizer anytime one came near her.
The star was also accused of racism, and rumors circulated that she may have had a hand in Diana Agron's troubling absence from the tribute episode following Corey Monteith's death. Somehow, however, Michelle is not the cast member who tarnishes the show's legacy the most. In the years following Glee's end, Mark Salling was found to be in possession of thousands of illegal images of young people, retroactively ruining any goodwill fans had fostered for his on-screen character.
He had agreed to serve between 4 and 7 years in jail, and that was expected to be finalized in March.
Did we miss any dramatic disputes from your favorite series? Let us know in the comments.
I haven't changed at all. Sometimes it's just there's a cornucopia of things that can happen to make it stressful. Sometimes it's stressful beyond your control.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.